Mr. Speaker, that revolution advocated for three things. Number one, equality and fraternity.
Mr. Speaker, the member for Embakasi East,
what is out of order,
is beating drums of war. It is very unfortunate to use this forum, Mr. Speaker.
Standing order, Kagombe.
The relevance of what the member of parliament is speaking about is not relevant to the bill that we are discussing here. What he is doing is taking an opportunity to use this floor to beat drums of
that when you are going to apply for the jobs, you are told that you must have 3 or 4 years of experience. Imagine someone who has just come out of the university. Why is it a requirement that this same person is required to have at least 3 or 4 years of experience before he can secure the job? You find that most of the youths are graduated and there is a lot of lack of jobs. Even if they find the jobs, you find that when you are going to apply for the jobs, you are told that you must have 3 or 4 years of experience. Imagine someone who has just come out of the university. Why is it a requirement that this same person is required to have at least 3 or 4 years of experience before he can secure the job?
The obvious truth is this, that with the youths we have a voice, and we have a voice that cannot be silenced. It is only that we have not come to the realization of this. This is one thing that when we the youths can leverage all the social media platforms, if we can mobilize all these demographics and have in mind that when we speak in unison, our voices can be heard, then I believe the 5, 10, 15-year work experience is going to be erased in our economy. Because obviously, you don't mean to tell me that someone graduates today and he knocks and there are an office maybe for a job interview and you're expecting her to have acquired the 15-year or 10-year job experience. So I think this is where the youths come in. Like I said before, we can leverage all these social media demographics and agitate for the youths to be employed regardless of the job experience. Thank you.
Okay, what are some of these big barriers that prevent youths from involving in politics and good governance?
Some of the barriers that I believe bars or deters the youths from getting to the politics. You know, we live in a country where we've had some dynasties. I want to quote that our Kenyan politics are run by people who've been there from the time you were born. And so we believe, some individuals believe, that a youth cannot engage in politics. But I am here telling you today that the entry of the youthful brains in politics is going to force the politicians to rethink their strategies to resonate with the youth. And in so doing, I want to believe that so many youths are going to come up. They are going to vie for different positions in the government. And I believe come the next general election, we are going to have so many youths in our public political offices. Taking you back, this thing has not always been the cause. From the time of our independence to up to very late, I want to be specific, the time there was the uproar coming from the Gen Z. This was the time that the youths realized that they themselves can also be leaders. And I want to tell you that you can take this to the bank. That we are going to have so many young brains coming into the politics. Because what has always been deterring the youth from coming to politics is because, one, we've seen over the past years, there are some coalitions or rather political alliances whose grounds are based on loyalties, whose grounds are based on maybe the family genealogy, or rather maybe whose dad are you know. So I believe we are coming to a time when the youths are going to get into the leadership position. structured in that way. Only that there has been so many ways through which the political class have always tried to find ways in which they can trample over the youths. And so the youths came to the realization, which I believe made them to feel that we can acquire any position, any office, but not politics. So I want to say that, or give you an example of Babu Owino when he got into politics. He was a youth and still a youth. I think when one person does something, it should act as an eye opener to the others. Our political system is not static, yes. But one thing that I want to tell you, that our political system is diverse. It cuts across each and every individual, regardless of the tribal line, regardless of the race, occupation, or age, can seek a public office. Because for one to be in a political office, he or she has to seek the public mandate, obviously from the citizen, who I believe, which I believe when you're voted in, you obviously lead in whichever political office you aspire. So each and every individual has the right regardless of the age. But there is just some cliche. We grow up knowing that we, the youth, will lead us of tomorrow. And that tomorrow is today, I told you earlier. Yeah, so our political system has not been structured in a way to favor the older. Only that we grow up knowing that, and we are changing from that. Yeah.
What are some of these ways that we can actually say that we can actually do what is known as, we can encourage the youth to engage more in politics? Because most of these youth have always been sidelined in many circumstances during the electioneering periods and even now.
Some of the ways through which we can maybe encourage the youth to get into politics, one, like I said before, we are a tech-savvy generation. We are a generation who believe that social media is the biggest weapon. You have to air out our voices. And I believe if we, the youth, can be responsible and start using social media in a way which would rather impact positively to the Kenyan politics, I believe majority are going to get into politics. Now, some of the ways we can maybe remind the youths that leadership position is not meant for anyone, but even you can also be part of it. We can start agitating for the same. We can conduct civic education. We can form leadership, mentorship programs in different institutions. And as of now, so many community-based organizations are coming in. And I believe one of their agenda is about leadership, youth and empowerment. I told you that we are a country, as a country, it has come to a time when we cannot look at youth and leadership as just a mere inspiration. Because it has come to the time when it comes to leadership, youth and leadership, it is a necessity. We also have different NGOs coming in. Some of their agenda, you would realize that it's about youth and empowerment, women and empowerment. When we speak of women, it's a broader perspective. We are referring to everyone who is a lady, a girl, or a woman, regardless of the age. This one is also categorically directed to the youth, because we also have them who are youth. So when these things can be brought forth, like I said, forming different mentorship programs in regards to the leadership, we can agitate, conduct civic education, and better still, we have different courses in different universities and colleges, which of course prioritize matters leadership. So these are some of the ways through which we can